Queen Moseph has joined us, media and comms manager for Rivers Hoopers, joining us to talk about what went down between Nigeria and USA basketball. Queen, glad to have you with us.
Good afternoon, Udoka. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I know it is a short notice, but thank you very much for joining us. You saw the game that went down yesterday between USA and Nigeria. I was one of the few that thought that there was going to be a blowout between Nigeria and USA, but the girls yet again surprised me and they gave their all. 14 points margin between USA and Nigeria. What did you make of that?
And that means we're opposite sides. I actually felt they were going to fight till the end. The US are good, no doubt about it. World champions, Olympic champions, no doubt about it. But if you take your mind back to the Olympic qualifying tournament, Tokyo 2020, when we met in Serbia, that game ended by, is it a 5 or a 4 point game at the end of the day? So it goes to show you that if they can actually fight, they can actually push the very end with so much energy and intensity and resilience. They want to get something out of it. Yes, they might lose, but they won't lose by high margin. And they proved it yesterday that the second quarter was not so good. And third quarter was even the terrible team didn't want to back down. They were not ready to lose with as much as 30 points. They knew that game was out of them. They wouldn't get to the semis anymore. But you don't lose as much as 30 points. That's really disappointing. Because in February, when they played the Olympic qualifying tournament in Belgium, we lost by 54 points. That's massive. So and Coach Rena going to that game, she said she does that as well. You look at the bench, what can the bench do? At the end of the day, you look at the bench points that the US got. They got 33, while we just had 9. So we did have so much help on the bench. We're undersized. We're out-rebounded in the game. So, but these are the issues that we need to learn and build from. But I'm happy with the way the game turned out. They gave it up, gave it a good fight, and at the end of the day, didn't back down. And I'm happy that it came out at the end of the day the way it ended.
Right, and I'm sure when the next ranking comes out, Nigeria will do better in the next FIBA rankings. But let's talk about the coach, because all eyes will be on her. Do you think she will remain the coach of the female basketball team, or she just might be snatched from Nigeria?
I expect her to get a lot of offers because within 1 year, she has made a name for herself. I expect her to get a lot of offers. Nobody sees a good thing and doesn't go for it. A very good and qualified individual attracts favors, attracts job opportunities all around. Even on this our job, if you are good at what you do, you don't even need to search for jobs. Jobs will come looking for you. So she doesn't even need to go out there searching for jobs. They will come to her doorstep. That's just it. There will be a lot of teams that will try to poach her in Africa, even outside Africa, looking at what she has done, beating a world ranked team, third ranked team in the world, fifth ranked team in the world. It shows that means you can actually coach not even just an African team, you can actually coach a non-African team. So I expect her to get offers all around. She signed a 2-year contract. We said that last year, from June last year. So she's just 1 year plus on the job. Is she ready to stay on? I see her as someone who is passionate about Nigeria. She talks about Nigeria. She talks about her culture. She talks about where she's from. Even though she didn't grow up in Nigeria, she talks about growing up in a Nigerian home back then in the US. So I think she wants to use this opportunity to give back, her own way of giving back to Nigeria basketball, and that is who she is. But those offers will definitely come. But you know that there are some offers that will come that will be too attractive for you to turn down. So it will now be between your passion or for the money at the end of the day. But for now, I think Rena would like to make more records with the Nigerian team. She has done that. We're doing the 4-peat last year, qualifying for the Olympics, getting to the quarterfinal stage. I think the next one for her is next year, the AfroBasket 2025. There's been this talks around that our former coach, Coach Otis now, who has moved to Senegal, is going to be tough. I'm sure she would love to. She will relish that battle, facing the former coach of the D Tigers. She will relish that battle so much. And I'm sure she will be someone that will want to go out there and then play against Senegal once again if they get to the final and get something out of it. Or even if they meet in the semis, we don't know how the pairing will be or how the fixture is going to be. Then another hurdle, if we make it, is the World Cup. So I still feel that she'll still be with us, but those offers will definitely come. You cannot stop it from coming. She has attracted a lot of opportunities our way, and they will keep coming.
Definitely, the offers will keep coming for the coach right there, Rena Wakama. And lastly, before I let you go, we're talking about the coach now, but a lot of fans have spoken about consistency with our teams, both male and female. How sure are we that we're going to see the same set of players come the AfroBasket and even the World Cup?
My thinking, after the AfroBasket, I was among the few or the many, whether few or many, I don't know how many of us, that we should infuse the old legs or the old ladies that were part of the team. We've had the likes of even Akator with size as well, because I felt that size might be a problem, even though we pulled through in the first 3 games. But it was so obvious to see that against the US, it was obvious we needed players with size. Then look at the depth. The likes of Tommy Tao didn't play. I understand that because with the return of Promise Amukamara, the return of Ezine Kalu, it's going to be difficult to play Tommy Taiwo because you would definitely want to have an Ezine and Promise. And two of them have a good collaboration when they're on the floor. So it's be difficult for Tommy Taiwo to really play as much as she did when she played at the AfroBasket, when she won the best 3-point shooter of the game, of the tournament. So we also have Ifunanya Okoro, who didn't play at all. That's a player of the future. We also had Adebola Adeyeye, who didn't play major minutes the whole of this tournament. It was looking like we are scared of shooting those threes. Those threes were not coming. Like yesterday, it took us a while before Ezine started dropping those threes. Then later promised Amy's wasn't dropping at all till later in the game. But good enough, her free throws were dropping. She was 100% for the free throw line. So I think those are areas that Coach Rena will have to reassess. Do I need to go back to see if this older players can come? Because we still need their experience. They're not that old. They're still in their early 30s. They still have a lot to offer. Or do you want to look around the world and see Nigerians across the world, whether from Nigeria or outside Nigeria, of big size and also who can shoot the ball so well? Because we really need them. And the US game showed us that we can actually ball against greater teams, but we also need to fix those areas that we had challenges and do better ahead of future tournaments. So these are areas I think we need to look at. Consistency, I think between the D Tigers and the D Tigers have been the more consistent team when you talk about players. This particular Olympics team, 5 players from the Olympics team, actually in here, just 7 new ones who are actually in this team. So maybe if we have added likes of Evelyn or Daryl of them, would have had maybe up to 10 players who have been the previous Olympic Games or Afro basketball. This set of players is inexperienced as well. Their first time at the Olympic Games. So, but those are areas Coach Rena will need to look at going forward and see what she can do. And I agree with her. After the game, she made some comments after the game that they really need to invest in basketball, in women's sports, and also in basketball in Nigeria, and also in the team. And that word invest, it covers a whole lot for you to get it going.
Definitely, and we hope for the very best for D Tigresses in their future endeavors. But of course, thank you very much, Queen Moseph, for joining us today on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.